Hey, it's Cordelia the Educator. Hope you are very, very well. I have come to you today. We're going to talk about the CPA method and why children find it difficult in maths to learn. Now, it is always this reason, okay? There is no other reason. Okay, sometimes the children won't just listen, but generally speaking, this is the main reason why children find maths in particular a little bit difficult. This is usually, we've put our nail on it, we've put the finger on it, we've put our thumb on it, we found out why children find and struggle with maths. Okay, so there is a simple technique or a method, shall I say, which supports children to help with their maths, and it really does work. And I've used this for many years in the classroom. And when a child finds something really difficult, we've always gone back to this method. We've always used this methodology to fix, or number one, to find out where they've gone wrong, to fix the issue, and to help them to move forward in their learning. And it works every single time. Now, this method in particular, the CPA method, was created and founded by an American psychologist, and his name was Jerome Bernner. And he basically came up with this method to help children to see and to find out where their issues were, where it pertains to maths, basically. And he came up with a theory, and I believe the theory, and I know the theory works, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. Okay, so if your child is, even if you don't have children and you are in a classroom or a teaching position where you teach children from time to time, use this. Listen all the way to the end of the video because it's going to really support your practice. Okay, so it's basically called the CPA method, and the CPA method stands for concrete, pictorial, and the last one is abstract. Okay, so there are three wrongs to the way that children learn maths. So the first one is concrete, or this is how they should, sorry. The first method of teaching children maths is through a concrete method. So concrete basically means them having tactile objects to manipulate. So they may have dice, deans, blocks, marbles. Okay, maybe not the marbles because depending on their age, choking hazard, but anything tactile that they can actually move around, so they can see how the numbers work. They can actually, for instance, if they've built blocks, they can divide them, they can split them apart, they can share them, they can take them away, they can add them, they can times them, but they're actually manipulating things to enable them to see what is going on first. So the first wrong is a concrete way of teaching a child, having the actual things there to support them to process and understand their mathematics. So the first one is concrete. The second one is pictorial. Now this is all about pictures. We've done away with all of the tactile objects, so now we're talking about pictures, just simply learning through pictures. So for example, if they are subtracting, they might see, 10 beads or 10 circles on the paper, and they might be asked to take away 3. So they might scribble them out, they might draw a circle around them, may cross them out, but it's basically seeing it through pictures. They're not handling anything now, they've moved away from that, they're actually seeing things in pictures now. So it's the next rung. So we've done concrete, the next rung is seeing through pictures. So they can actually visually see the things. They can cross them out, they can scribble them out, they can hide them with their hand, which is always a good one, or hide them with a piece of paper or something like that to support them to understand mathematically. Concrete, pictorial. The last one is abstract. Now, firstly, before we go on to abstract, I'm going to tell you quickly the reason why a lot of children struggle with their mathematics is because they are asked to see things from an abstract perspective first before they've covered the concrete and the pictorial. They're going straight to abstract. Remember, it's CPA. Now, without the first two rungs, they're going straight to abstract without actually being able to understand what they're doing first. Abstract methodology is basically doing the mathematical sum or seeing their maths without any pictures, without any concrete or tactile objects. So you know where the symbols come into play, their division, their subtraction, their taking away, all of that is seen through, well, basically abstractly. So without anything to touch, without any pictures. They're asked, what's 8 times 8? What's 10 divided by 2? An abstract way of thinking is basically just doing it in their minds. Just doing it in their minds without anything to touch, without any pictures. And the reason, one of the main reasons why children get stuck in maths is because they are missing out the concrete, they're missing out pictorial, and they are going straight to abstract. And without the basic understanding of how the fundamental maths, whatever they're covering, how that topic works first, they're going all the way to abstract without the fundamental understanding. So when a child gets stuck, when a child gets a little bit confused, when they get stressed out with their maths, think CPA. Have they covered it with concrete? Have they had the tangible objects? Have they covered it in the concrete way, in the concrete methodology first? Then go P, pictorial. Have they seen pictures? Can they do it with pictures first? If they can do concrete, if they can do it in the concrete method, if they can do it pictorially, great, that's perfect. Go all the way to abstract, lovely. But if they can't, you're gonna need to go back up a rung and support them to see it through these methods first. They need to be able to tick off those methods first before they can reach the abstract way of thinking. Again, as I've said, this is the reason why so many children get really frustrated. Really, I've seen it in the classroom so many times. Children can get really super frustrated when it comes to mathematics because they haven't been through this method. Concrete, pictorial, abstract. It wins every single time. I must say, Jerome, Bernard, you are your lifesaver because I've used this. I'll use it in tutoring, I'll use it in the classroom, and when I go back up a rung, if a child's struggling, say for instance, if they're struggling with times tables, let's just use it as an example, what I get them to do is we look at arrays. So we get them to actually create arrays so they can see what they're doing, so they can understand through an abstract methodology first. Then I'll get them to do pictures. Let's just draw the dots. Let's just draw the circles. Great. Now, can you think of how you would do that in your head? Can you come up with a way that you could do that in your head? Can you do it in your head? If you are timesing 2 times 2, for example, we've got the 2. We've got 2 sets of 2. Can you see 2 sets of 2 in your head? Do you need to draw it out? If you need to draw it out, let's draw it out. If you don't, fantastic, let's try it in our heads. If we can do that in our heads, great, let's move to a little bit trickier one. And that's the thing that we need to do. We need to take our time with our children, cover it through the CPA method. Always use the CPA method. It really, really does help and support our children, especially when it comes to mathematics. So if a child is struggling in maths, CPA, use it. Honestly, it's a lifesaver. Let's find out where they're going wrong first, where the problem is, and do they need to go back up a rung first to enable them to understand, and then they can move forward to see it from an abstract perspective. I really, really hope that video helps, and I'll be back to you with the next one. All right, it's Cordelia, the educator. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. See you on the next one. Later.